You are welcome to today's lecture under the use of English series for JAMB UTME, of course, episode 31. On today's topic, we are treating misused forms in English. Before you start this lecture, ensure to get your pen and your paper to jot down whatever you understand as you take the lecture. Enable full screen view by tapping on this place that I'm hovering my mouse around, and also tap on the settings located at the top right of the screen, exactly where I'm hovering my mouse, to select the resolution 720p and above. Do both to enjoy the maximum viewers experience. Without wasting much of our time, let's head straight into the lecture outline. Now, the lecture outline. Commonly misused forms in English with examples. Practice exercises from WAEC and JAMB/answers. You will learn the above in this lecture, and I wish you good luck. Misused forms. What are the list of misused forms? The common ones in English. The ones that commonly recur in JAMB UTME and WAEC. The first we have here is can. What is the meaning of can? It means ability. The tendency to be able to. That's can. For example, he can drive a car. He has the ability. That's what that means. It means that the person has the ability to drive a car. He can drive a car. So can means ability. The second we have here is may. And what is the meaning of may? May means permission. So when someone says that you may do something, it means that you are permitted. You are allowed. Okay? You are allowed to do it. It's not by force. You are allowed. You can choose to do it, and you can as well choose not to. The example we have here is he may drive a car. It means that he's allowed to drive a car. He's allowed. So it's left for him to either drive the car or decide not to drive the car. The next example here is shall. And where do we use shall? We use shall when we are talking about one person. When we are referring to one person, we use shall. Okay. For example, I shall be there. When you are talking about one person, when you have just one person, you can say I shall be there. It is right to say I shall be there. One person is the one making the statement. Only one person is making the statement. So you can also say we shall be there. Okay? Because one person is making the statement, used for first person. First person is making the statement. So that same first person can also say we shall be there. That's correct. The next example we have here is will. Will is usually used for the second and third person. So the second person and the third person can use will and not use shall. So the examples we have here, you can say you will be there. So the second person is pointing at the other person and saying you will be there. Okay, you will be there, for coming from the second person and not from the first person. Coming from the second person. It's just like someone standing in front of you. You and someone is standing opposite to one another. It's coming from the second person and not coming from the first person. I'm the first person. The person opposite to me is the second person. So the person can say to me, you will be there. You will be there, and not you shall be there. You will be there. Second person. I is the first person. We is also the first person. But when you say you are projecting at someone else, the second person and the third person. You will be there. Look at another one here. The second example here says Mary will be there. The second example here says Mary will also be there. So Mary will also be there. It's second person. You are pointing at another person and saying Mary will also be there. Mary will also be there. Mary will also be there. Not coming from the first person, which is you. Note the difference. First person, I, we. Those are the subject. But when it's second or third person, you use you. You are pointing at another person. You will be there. That's when you now use will and not shall. Mary will be there. You are pointing at another person. Mary will be there. And so on and so forth. The next we have here is remember. What's the meaning of remember? It means to recall. For example, I don't remember what happened. I can't recall it. So I can't recall what happened. I can't recall. I don't remember. I can't recall. That's it. The next we have here is remind. Make someone to recall. So here now you are making someone to recall. When you say remind, you are making someone to recall. So do not go and say, I want to make you remember it. I want to make you remember it. I want to make you remember. No. You will say, I want to remind you. Okay. So make someone remember. Make someone recall. I want to remind you, and not I want to make you remember. Or you tell someone, remember me the time that we are supposed to go. That's wrong. Remind me when we are supposed to go. Or remember me when we are supposed to go. No, remind me when we are supposed to go. Let's look at the examples we have here. He reminded me of what happened. Look at the statement in the bracket. It says, he made me recall. So he reminded me of what happened. And when you now come and use, he remembered me of what happened, it becomes wrong. Because remember means recall. But remind means make me recall what happened. The next we have here is father. Father, which means more in distance. Okay, that's the meaning of father. Farther, more in distance. For example, Kano is farther than Jos. You use it during comparison. Mostly during comparison. Kano is farther than Jos, which means Kano is more in distance than Jos. The next we have here is further. Further, What's the meaning of further? It means additional. So farther is distance. You are talking about distance. Is specific to distance, peculiar to distance. But further means anything additional. When you say further studies, it means additional studies. But you can't say further studies because you are not talking about distance. So you only use further. You use further when you are talking about distance. But you use further when you are talking about anything additional. Let's look at the example under further. The example we have here is I can't go any further. That's I can't go any additional distance. Further, this FUR is more of a general term, okay, for additional. Anything generally additional. But further is a specific term used for distance, okay? Use it for distance. The next we have here is presently. And what's the meaning of presently? It means soon, okay? Presently means soon. For example, I will be with you presently. I will be with you presently. What does that mean? It means I will be with you soon, okay? Like being with you soon. But the next we have here is at present. What is the meaning of at present? At present means now. Now. For example, let's use it in a sentence. He is teaching at present. It means he is teaching now. He is performing at present. It means he is performing now. But when you say he is performing presently, it means he is performing soon. Can you spot the differences? He is teaching presently. It means he is teaching soon. But when you say he is teaching at present, it means now. So spot the differences. Moving on. Some / many / most / all. You have to understand how to use some, many, most, and all. Generally speaking, the first we have here is some. And what's the meaning of some? Some means less than half. Hope you are penning down. Hope you are making your notes. Some means less than half. So when you say some people, less than half of the people. Many means about half. Many means about half. When you say many people, it means that about half of the people. The next here is most. And most means more than half. So when you say most people, it means like more than half of the people. Then the final one we have here is all. And all means the total number. So when you say all people, it means all of the people. So understand how to use all of them. Some, many, most, all. Understand how to use them. It's very, very common in JAMB UTME. So understand how to use them. Get ready for JAMB traps this year 2026. The next we have here is formulae and formulas. Plurals of formula are formulae and formulas. That's it. But you have to note something very, very important. Formulae is restricted to the scientific field of discourse, while formulas is commonly used in the arts. So in science, this formulae is usually used, okay? But in art, formulas are used. Remember, formulae and formulas are the plural form of formula. So have that in mind. The next we have here is artist. Okay, artist. Okay, what's the meaning of artist? It means a painter or a sculptor and so on and so on. Anybody that is into any form of visual art. Any form of visual art is an artist. For example, let's use this in a sentence. He is an artist. Okay, it means that what? He is either a painter, he's a designer, or he's a sculptor. Any form of art involving visual art. That's when you use this spelling of artist. Okay, but let's look at the next one we have here. Artists. Artist. Artist. This artist, it means entertainer. This one having E, ending in E. It means entertainer. Let's use this in a sentence. The artists have arrived. The artists have arrived. It means the professional singers and dancers and so on, whatever they do to entertain, they have arrived. Musicians, those are artists. They are not artists. This one is pronounced artist, artist. Then this one is pronounced artist. So spot the difference. The next we have here is since. What does since mean? This one is very, 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 very tricky. What does since mean? Since means the starting point. So if you say since yesterday, it means starting since yesterday. Starting yesterday. It started yesterday. How long has your stomach been hurting? Since yesterday. That means it started yesterday. For example, he has been looking for Jane since Monday. That's he started looking for Jane since Monday. He started since Monday. Let's look at the opposite of this since, okay, which is for. What is the meaning of for? For means it is the length of time. It's like the total time for which something is done. For example, he has been looking for Jane for 4 days. That's the total time at which he has been looking for Jane. Is 4 days. For 4 days, that's the total time. So you can say, I laid under the tree for 2 hours. I laid under the tree for 2 hours. It means that the total time you laid under the tree is 2 hours. So since means starting point, when it started, since yesterday. But for means the total time at which something occurred. That's for. What statement do we have in the bracket? He has spent 4 days looking for Jane. The next we have here is stranger, which means unknown person, okay, or unknown thing. Okay, it's strange, stranger, unknown. Okay, for example, some strangers came to see my father. You don't know them. They are strange. They are unknown, strangers. Then the opposite of this stranger is guest. That's what we have here, guest. And what is the meaning of guest? It means a known person. This person, you are expecting them. They are guests. You know them. You are expecting them. So they are your guests. For example, let's use it in a sentence. My father has a guest. You know the person. Okay? You know the guest. You know the person. So you can't use stranger for them because you know the person. You are expecting them. So they are guests. They are not strangers. The next we have here is advice. Advice has the noun form and the verb form. So this spelling you are seeing here ending in CE is the noun form. This is where part of speech, some part of speech, especially nouns, you can see the same word as a noun and you still see that same word appearing as a verb. For example, present and present. Present and present, both of them, they are the same word that can be used under more than one part of speech. You can use present as a verb and you can also use present as a noun. A present can be a gift, okay? So that's telling you that it's a noun, it's something, it's a gift. It can also be a verb. Present, presented, presents. So you have to be aware of that. So this advice we have here is the noun form of the advice. And what does it mean? It means make sure you give him good advice. That's the example. That's you are giving him something. It's a noun. Give him good advice. You are giving him a noun. It's something you give. It's a noun. But look at this other spelling ending in SE. Okay, this is the verb form of advice. It's a verb. Okay, it's an action. Let's look at the example we have there. You should advise your friend on what to do. You should advise them on what to do. Advised. That's the past tense form of advice. Okay, advised. Past tense form of advice. This form that ends in SE. So that's the verb form. So it has present tense and it also has past tense. So when you are using advice as a noun in a sentence or in an expression or in a statement, use this form of advice ending in CE. That's the noun form. But for the verb form, use what? The one ending in SE. This is the verb form. I give him plenty of advice. Use the noun form. I want to advise you. Use the verb form because you're using it as a verb. The next we have here is character, which means behavior. Let's use it in the sentence. Her character is bad. Her behavior is bad. That's it. This other form we have here is characters. When you put S, when you make it a plural, okay? It's persons in a play. That's the meaning. Persons in a play. For example, in a drama, in any entertaining program, okay? Those involved are the characters, okay? So, for example, the play has 10 characters. It means 10 actors. So, characters are like those involved, those performing, okay, in a play, in a movie, in a drama, and so on and so forth. So, just know what character is. When there is no S, it's a character, like a character, behavior. That's a what? A noun. Okay, characters is also a noun, but it has different meaning. Okay, which means those involved in a play. The next we have here is died, which means loss. Loss of life. Okay, that's died, lost his life. It means someone lost his or her life. For example, he died yesterday. That's it. Lost, died. Exited the earth, ceased to exist. The next we have here, the same pronunciation. It's like it's a homophone. Both of them are homophone, but different meaning. The meaning of this form, this spelling is dyed, changing of color. Know the difference between the two, the spellings, okay? Dyed, which means to change color, to change the color of something. You can dye your hair, you can dye your clothes. You can also call it tint, to tint, change the color. Okay, for example, the cloth was dyed green. It means that this cloth, the color of the clothes was changed to green, or the color of the clothes was tinted to green. The next we have here is haunt. Take note of the spelling. Haunt, it means disturb. He's going to be haunted. He's going to be disturbed. So the example we have here is he is haunted by the fear of failing the exam. He is haunted by the fear of failing JAMB UTME 2026. He is haunted. He is disturbed by the fear of failing. So this form, this spelling, it means disturb. Okay. Then this other spelling we have here, this HUNT, haunt. It means seek. It means sick. Seek. That's you are finding. It's like looking for something. That's this kind of like hunting. You know the hunters now. The hunters hunting for animals. It's seek. When you say I'm hunting it. I'm hunting you. He hunted grasscutter. Okay. He hunted an antelope. He is going to hunt rabbits. Okay. And so on and so forth. That's the meaning. Moving on to the next. The next we have here is fatal. It means it involves death. This mistake is very, very common in Nigeria. Very, very common, especially in news. Very, very common. So spot the difference now, so that may you no go feel for exam, may you no go feel am for exam. You use fatal when death is involved. Okay, when someone died during the process, you use fatal, or is something that is involving death, use fatal. For example, there was a fatal accident on the road. It means that someone died in the accident. That's what it means. Someone died in the accident. But on the other hand, this one here, this form here called ghastly. Ghastly. It means that it was serious. Though it's a serious event, it's a serious, dangerous event, traumatic event, death was not involved. No one died. No life was lost. So no life was lost during the incident. You use ghastly. So involving death, use fatal. Not involving death, use ghastly. So let's look at the example of ghastly. The example we have here is there was a ghastly accident. It means that it was serious, but no one died. So you see in the news that so musician was involved in a ghastly accident on the 3rd of April 2024 where he lost his life. That's very wrong. That's a very wrong headline. That's a very wrong narration. Okay, that's a very wrong grammatical expression. So you use ghastly for a serious event that life was not lost, and you use fatal for events that life was lost or involving the loss of life or lives. The next we have here is faithful, which means trustworthy. It means trustworthy. For example, he is a what? A faithful servant. It means that such servant is trustworthy. He can be trusted. He's credible. The next we have here is faithful. They are homophones. Two of them are homophones, okay? Both of them are homophones. So they have different spelling and different meaning, but the same pronunciation. Faithful, it means this form of faithful means sorrowful. So let's use it in an example. On that faithful day, he left without notice. It means on that sorrowful day, he left without notice. The next we have here is road accident / motor accident. You call it road accident and not motor accident. That's why it's color-coded with red here. For example, he died in a motor accident. That's wrong. Oh, it's a very common mistake in Nigeria especially. He died in a motor accident. No, wrong. He died in a road accident. You can either say there is accident by road, accident by air, accident by sea, or accident by water, domestic accident. So if the transportation is through the sea or through water, you can say he had a water accident. If the transportation is through air, you can say he had an air accident or an air crash. If the transportation is through road, don't say motor accident, you say accident by road. If it's through the air, don't say plane accident, but you can say plane crash. You can use crash. When you are using the means of the travel, the means of the travel or the means of the transport, for example, car, the car that you are using to transport, you can then use crash. You use crash. So when you want to say car, don't say car accident. You will now say car crash. When you want to use plane, don't say plane accident. You will say plane crash. When you want to use boat, don't say boat accident. Say boat crash. So that's how to use it. Either you are using the means of transportation, which is it by air, is it by road, is it by water? When you are using accident, use the means of transportation. But when you are using crash, use the tool for transportation, which could be plane, it could be helicopter, it could be car, it could be bus, it could be boat, it could be ship, and so on and so forth. So the rest example we have here is he died in a road accident. Correct. The next one here is he died in a car crash. That's also correct. You can say plane crash, you can say boat crash, and so on and so forth. With this, we have come to the end of the commonly misused form in English language, commonly set in JAMB, UTME, and WAEC. Now, let's take some exercises to further test the knowledge we've acquired so far. Exercises. These questions was brought from JAMB, UTME 1999/2015/2020. The instruction says, pick the most appropriate options to fill the gaps. Number 1. Farouk's house in Benin is dash from Lagos than Lokoja. Farouk's house in Benin is dash from Lagos than Lokoja. A. Forest. B. Longer. C. Farther. D. Farther. What's your answer? You answered right. The correct option is C. Farther. Farouk's house in Benin is farther from Lagos than Lokoja. Number 2. From my view, Mr. Badebo is lecturing dash. From my view, Mr. Badebo is lecturing dash. A. Presently. B. Subsequently. C. At present. D, at the goal. What's your answer? You answered right. The correct option is option C, at present. From my view, Mr. Badibo is lecturing at present. Number 3. Ife died in the dash earthquake in Japan. Ife died in the dash earthquake in Japan. A, powerful. B, ghastly. C, fatal. D, land. What's your answer? Ife died in the dash earthquake in Japan. You answered right. The correct option is C, fatal. Ife died in the fatal earthquake in Japan. Number 4. My dash for you is to stay calm. My dash for you is to stay calm. A, sign. B, advice. C, thought. D, advice. What's your answer? My dash for you is to stay calm. You answered right. The correct option is option D, advice. My advice for you is to stay calm. Number 5. Many Nigerians are kind. I mean dash. Many Nigerians are kind. I mean dash. A, less than half. B, about half. C, more than half. D, the total number. What's your answer? Many Nigerians are kind. I mean dash. You answered right. The correct option is option B, about half. Many Nigerians are kind. I mean about half. These are the answers. And what did you score? Thank you so much for taking this lecture. Hope you enjoyed the lecture and made notes for your subsequent revision when it's 3 weeks to your JAMB UTME. Please, if I have made your journey to UTME 2023 smoother, if I have added value to you, please appreciate me in the comment section and hit the like button to promote this video so others can see this video. Do you have any question? Please drop them on the comment section and I will do justice to your questions as soon as I see your questions. Do not forget to subscribe and follow for more at Nkwado Augustine across all social media platforms. At this point, I'm out. Peace out.